Bonjour, mon ami. Today we're talking about old world wines, but not in a French accent, because I'm not French. So what do we mean when we say old world wines? Well, we mean generally wines that come from Europe, the old world as we say. And geographically speaking, we're talking about Portugal and Spain and Germany, France, Italy, Greece, Georgia, Albania, Hungary. Any of the European wine growing regions is generally considered to be old world. But it goes much deeper than that. To be considered an old world wine, usually the wine is made very traditionally with techniques that have been handed down generation to generation to generation for hundreds and hundreds of years to create wines that really express a sense of place, or they express the terroir of a region. Terroir is a French term that means a sense of place. And it is whatever goes into that bottle, whatever fruit is grown, really expresses that region. So expresses the soil and the climate and the weather and the topography and how the vineyard is laid out. All of these things factor in to that terroir. And each wine growing region has its own style, its own unique flavor profile. Rioja is very different than, say, Burgundy. Rioja being in Spain, Burgundy being in France. But you will be able to figure out, because of the style of that wine, where it comes from. And that's because it is expressing that actual terroir. And that is what old world wines really are. Now, I will say old world wines also tend to be labeled a little bit different than new world wines. Old world wine labels usually have some sort of designation of origin, and old world wines also are labeled many times geographically. So Burgundy is not an actual grape, it's a region in France where they grow Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. Chianti is not a grape. Rioja is not a grape. These are actual regions. And that's another thing that separates old world and new world wines. The style, old world wines are a little maybe more rustic. They can be a little bit more tannic with a little bit higher acidity. Now this is very general. And everything is subjective. New world wines from America, from Australia, tend to be a little bit more fruit forward, a little drinkier, as I like to say. But any wine can be made in any style. But for the old world style, they are much more food friendly. And again, they're made in such a wonderful way to express where those grapes came from. And I think that's the main point about an old world wine, is you're going to know where it's from by the taste of that wine, because that's how it's been for hundreds and thousands of years. And so I really hope you enjoy the tasting. There's going to be plenty of vendors there to guide you through each wine that they have, that we represent, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. And this tasting is February 13th from 5 to 7. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of really great wine and a lot of unique things to try. So hope you'll be there.